okayfm 101.7.
Honorable Lawyer Godwin Edwigi Tamakloe. He's a friend who is learned. Now, where you aid ma former President Mahama. Now you know entry and common. Now, lawyer, me more channel pay.
Blakwame, and obey me, Joso.
Nabokodi.
Obwa the other Roma. Say, no, I wouldn't say, hey, wawoda.
I, me that, me crada.
And I call me Papanso, the crada.
Hey, wow.
Me my men so, ne crada.
And he says, John Dramani Mahama, so crada.
Fantastic. You know, when I go say, Saturday for now, my ambush here and obey.
And the young Yanko so crada, Yanko Kwame.
Wouldn't say, Yana Nanum Sana Yamokano.
Aye. Yeah, pa. Chinakura member papa. Even me.
Wouldn't say, and then Babu a year non so.
Oh! Nipa baby ko.
Papa Doho.
Near anyway.
Omeno Agape.
Oh, okay.
Church now is Legon. No movie around one. Oma ba Enclave Gardens. It's Legon. Around the baby Nanado Field one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That lane no so at the core under bridge on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yenya beba. Maje tuntumidi na chajaja. Na mami mro. Sa ye wo wa yanti wi yanti jami. Ene ye kwati se ya mayen. O man ye tia judgment debt of 170 million. Obi aye mahye no. Eba ne say wo frɛ we ya waka we wo frɛ we ya waka we. Ba ko grade ye se ahenkora committee. Eba aye no wo mko kan se o se ye tua bibia ma wo mama wo mo ade asema de na sama kwa ye betua $18 million. Eye den ho asem ama afedi ye kote ya ya mayen $170 million. Afe kwa de em won say judgment no kwa ye 190-page judgment. Na dey asem no ye di wi a ye de report ma ko manyan kopon wana.
Nyankupo na 10 years a very short because evidence is very strong. Say one case I won't mean
exactly.
But Kwame and the message over my emre na this particular judgment that assembly you beat me at the assembly na dia to hope na all platform you know for education, information and entertainment. Making metro na yen go step by step. Until you best start see the time agreement you signed 3rd June 2015. I'm okay. 3rd June 2015. We were in the midst of doing so. But it's okay.
Pa.
Good. At that time, no, na abai ayana dream say, doing so as na abano, or best of a problem. Into the car power ebai, the Ameri ebai, and the DPGC agreement in so ebai. The agreement nanka sign the emergency power agreement. Minister Akufo-Addo and the GPC for signing a contract, you know, on the 3rd day of June 2015. Blakwame. And so I call cabinet. And my cabinet now at now. And so Minister Akufo-Addo at the agreement, you know, at the core parliament. Parliament refer at the end at the command the FN Energy Committee of Parliament. Energy Committee of Parliament until 2016. Na yenianom Dr. Matthew Poku Prempenu nyina I was a committee no so. Nyame wapa. Me nyonko baako pe Honorable Katie Hamo. No nyina was a committee no so. I think class no plan ranking. Our committee. Omu looking at the entire agreement in the committee made up of MPP NDC, EG2. And so committee no sir recommended called the entire house made up of 275 MPs. 275 MPs actually agreement no muti two. A lawyer for Honorable Atachia. MPP a lawyer kukudam na ewo parliament na Honorable Seche Menzabo nsunumuna.
Me say ade bi anano na meka. Come here say akamfo no a dodo no a ewo mra se bedwam. Wo mo nyina dodo no a lawyer for.
Me come so. It is from that old mindset say Parliament is legislation. Lawyer to legislate.
Okay.
It's okay even encouraged to know you be down quanom and they all tried getting into the legislative assembly even in those days.
Okay.
Because of this whole notion, you say you are going to make law. So Obiaya training in law no or having an understanding. However, and you be out your honor in a law. Because you are legislating to deal with a social issue. So you need a sociologist who legislated to deal with a mental health issue. It will be a psychologist. You are legislating to deal with a health issue. It will be a doctor. It will I mean, like the likes of Dr. Richard Ananenom, even though they were not lawyers, Dr. Akufo-Addo, medical practice, but not being because almost school into almost perspective on issues, they were almost always spot on.
Hey, where you mamenka? Hey, more fado kufona. Tamana napo. Ebepe MP no. Na menshia yako primaries. Na yako primaries no na nipa miensa na eprie. Napo osesi bi awabe ke mayor nyina ka ho. Ena yako Georgia Hotel ena yako ye primaries no. Wo sa na mimi di nkofo bi achi mi ye dede sa na Dr. Akufo se kwambra bra. Ensam wa keka no hweyi. Na sa menshia konya no. Apart from Chasa Mankwa me amakoda no. Obi a obedie bi aye doctor.
Fantastic.
Inti jade de ye.
I say you say e kan di no mo say ke obi a obedie MP obi a doctor.
Keye ayi
Maybe ana indu no nyina be MP no. But DS ana no nyina.
Ni nyina. Wow.
But just on the substantive issue.
Okay.
The American and say this agreement, government of Ghana, any GPGC, assigning no. Parliament of Ghana on 23rd July, into my board date in so account, approve the transaction. That's ratification. That's on the 23rd day of July, 2015.
2015, okay.
In the midst of doomsday. At that time, no, not or mining United desperate to solve this doomsday problem once and for all. Now, Emra MPP eba abemono.
Okay, you we say transaction nankasa no. Elements of contract there offer and acceptance. A dear pay pan and no contract in.
Okay. So the whole idea with the contract is say and Akufo-Addo build a power plant. Now power plant no at my end over 100 megawatts of power. but it was supposed to be emergency power plant. Sa on which me and 10 sa you beach me the benefit. But what you say?
Ethiopia.
Na omo power no. At that time, it was the cheapest because omo generator omo power new year. They were going to sell it for us 4 cents per kilowatt hour.
Wow.
At that time, car power was doing 5 cities. Senate 5. Almost all of them, no more 555. They were doing it 4, so it was even cheap. 2. What said the other win ma? You provide a guarantee, financial guarantee. When would they were supposed to do their own thing, so the state had no other obligation to provide financial guarantee for them. That's what I say. Those were the basic terms. Now, the Akoba in Anna say, Emra MPP by 2017. Now, committee be or John Jinapo Edano to review all power purchase agreements I are signing within that Dumto era, to review and to look at its financial and legal implications. MPP by Omoma one Dr. Ahinkwa said the Embrana President Akufo-Addo, not only the Executive Director, Energy Commission. Tama no Executive Director, na Mr. Kofi Asante, and Asante Bidia Junipapa, not only the Chairman of Energy Commission Board those days. Into this Dr. Ahinkwa, Ebeda Committee normal friend, the Committee on PPAs. That's what I say. Na committee, no, April 2017, almost on report by. Sa on report no almost by 54 pages. Na almost this report no by no. Somewhere around August 2017. Timelines are very important. Yeah, Mami Gloria Afua Akufo, Honorable, then Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana, extra legal opinion, among other things, recommending say, Sebi, this agreement, that's the emergency power agreement, they are signing with GPGC, no,
and the contract abrogation, no, SHC free Mami Gloria Akufo. A pencil August 2017.
Okay,
the
legal opinion.
Yeah, legal opinion, okay.
Yes. And so why?
Maybe I told me, na a hono, no, Gina dear Benso.
It's a member.
Okay.
On the on the 13th day of February 2018, Minister Boatin Ejaku, based on the advice of the Attorney General, Extra Krata, Macho Shedet Niyo, 13th February 2018.
13th February.
13th February 2018. Attorney General legal opinion was August 2017. Good.
2018 for one actually.
Now, Minister Boatin Ejaku, in a letter dated 13 February 2018 with reference number SCR/FY12/330/01, extra letter, Managing Director, GPGC, care of Puma Energy, 7th floor, Airport Square Building, adjacent Holiday Inn. Emergency power purchase agreement between Government of Ghana and GPGC. Termination notice. Okay. Now, okay, quote. Following a review of the agreement and the project, we note the following: that the parties have not mutually extended the period for the fulfillment of the condition precedent. We also note that to date, GPGC has not reached financial close or achieved full commercial operation date, primarily because of some of the preconditions. Like I remember, what is
it?
I didn't hear me cancer no more and say, me can my way. I didn't hear Minister Jacon Ejnaso a terminating agreement. Now, or say, Section 11 of the Energy Commission Act 1997 also provide that, quote, except as expressly exempted under this act, a person shall not, unless authorized so to do, by a license granted under this act, engage in the business or commercial activity for the transmission, distribution of electricity or natural gas. Also, the ministry has been informed by the Energy Commission that GPGC has still not obtained a license from the Commission to engage in the business or commercial activity for the sale of electricity. GPGC therefore has no capacity to execute the emergency power agreement. Accordingly, the EPA, that's the emergency power agreement, is now void for want of capacity. Similarly, although it is a requirement to obtain siting and construction permits from the Commission prior to the construction and installation of a plant for the production and supply of energy, GPGC has commenced construction on site without the requisite siting and construction permits. Accordingly, the GPGC construction activities are illegal. In view of the above, Government of Ghana has taken a decision to terminate the agreement effective the day of the letter due to GPC breach of its obligation under the agreement. Batotie.
Metiopa.
Signed, Boache Ejako, CC, Honorable Deputy Ministers of Energy, Chief Director, Ministry of Energy. I didn't see a man to my book. I read the entire termination notice about Ejako, a trauma company. No, it's a Ghana phone in our business. And you saw a buying age now, so a determinating contract. Our platform is for education. So that is where a buying age now, so a determinating contract. Nothing more, nothing else.
Now, based on based on the Ahinkra Committee report, and it be a near way bear before them.
What kind letter no cry? No mention of Ahinkra Committee report. He only says a review of PPAs and what have you. The entire letter, there was no mention. He only says, subsequent to the review and what have you, they have taken a decision.
Review by who?
Exactly. We can draw an inference, a review by the Ahinkra Committee.
Here, because in managerial circles, you know, so who ye be it should be definite. Now they are referencing.
No, be in there.
It is a obi korira. A report can say. These were the revelations. It was compared.
There was a reason why Minister Boache Ejako. I mean, we have been a friend and says letter on the 3rd day of February. Now, in the letter, nowhere.
At Matisse, one about one thing, what I can say. It was a cabinet decision.
Oh dear. And it said, Nanado Ejinaso, and I'll bring that angle later. Now, back on me. Letter way, I can't GPGC for me. No, so that be. And somehow, what they are to crack, a year had some. Almost they are some called arbitration. That's the international permanent court of arbitration.
Now answer me because where there time be at times be a woman for GPGC as I did.
Yes, coming.
Okay. Before say the International Court of Arbitration, no.
Yes, there were talks.
Okay.
There were Kasa, Deputy Minister Oreku, any representatives. Mukasa, it all came up at the arbitration. Now, that one, and then Akufo-Addo original, so the answer called International Court of Arbitration, London. That's in the midst of COVID, you know, almost proceedings, you know, via Zoom. Into your on Zoom, your lawyer for now, lawyer Omoko D. Asema Ghana, the first on the list, your mommy Gloria Akufo. Second on the list, Godfred Yebu-Adame. Hey, Solicitor General Helen Ziwu. Inna, applying for a private law firm. I found Amofa and Associates as some lawyer for. But okay. Now, arbitration is no, for the rules and performance and a better now. Some performance and Onipa na odi na asema aba no obeyi mu baako onankasa into in arbitration no one kasa obe choose one of the person to be your own judge. But what am I say?
Yetio.
Into ISO court na one kasa judge ako. Into claimant no that GPGC omo de omo judge at the by. In the government of Ghana and super far not to judge Professor Siajo. The buy. And now, the third person obey neutral. Into the two will now agree for a neutral person, making it three. Good. Into a bayan kasa the honor answer the judge, making the panel three. Okay. Into a bayan call, and a bayan call put the same defenses at the Kutuga. So, so determinate the contract, because one.
Lawyer, I ran a meter few. Ebe PM say no per documents when you know. I inquire committee no. I recommend they say see a microphone ye try contract mu kura no.
No, me. Okay. So answer my word be sound a valid. A very valid question.
Okay.
The so-called 18 million, because according to the company in Juma, all things being equal, no, you bet you are or light in the Bibiama, you bet you are $24 million. Million baku
per annum, per month,
per annum,
24 million. Okay.
Yes. Contract me for only 4 years. America 5. Car power 5. Now we know 4. Into 24 times 4 no be my almost $90-something million. And now, according to Abaitio, almost say I him crowd committee no recommend they say yen ni omontna say before termination no yen ni omontna na yen ni omu kasa wia on be mayen 18 million na omu mayen 18 million ni wia aha o ja je omu mayen 18 million no and e ma omu 18 million wia they bet me terminate contract no.
Okayfm.
So the 18 no, would have terminated without any problem.
Na 18 na nkofo so atiase.
Sendikaba.
Okay.
Instead of sitting down to negotiate with them, no, Obi decided say, I will not sit down and negotiate with them. Based on the reasons that the agreement is null and void. And so because it's null and void, you know, they won't pay anything. But okay. So some fair anti kasa. Ya ni omo grant money at you 18. You know, you come precope into your buying HM based on the letter Bojajakon Echoye on the 13th day, February 28.
Hey, Wama Kai, Honorable Peter Ameu, every PDS issue nearby, was it near phone?
No major. So, Sakasano, no muchermo. Nanko for the arbitral panel. As usual, a band lawyer, Yama me Gloria Godfrey Guadame, or more private lawyer, or more call, I'm a foreign associate, and a so a call to defend the action. Now, in a binding these same reasons at the control arbitral panel. Make kind portions of the arbitral award. Now we can put matters in the proper perspective. To mess up, and then we chief for now into the panel no, and find it out. Into your best start it, but also a copy of the 194-page way.
Okay.
A soft copy, oh.
Okay. Into Oko paragraph 490. This is what the arbitral panel found. Mekai ewo photocasm. Iwiana wawaya translation nama. So one of the PPAs recommended PPAs nature power purchase agreement. One of the PPAs recommended for termination was the GPGC project. Dr. Ahinkra said, okayfm being the chairman of the committee, abiding at the Nokoye as a witness. Dr. Ahinkra
judgment in Omotreno, or see, in the matter of an arbitration conducted under the 2013 arbitration rules of the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law between GPGC Limited, the claimant, and the government of the Republic of Ghana, the respondent, final award, arbitral tribunal, John Bichi, CB, not just a presiding arbitrator.
Yes.
J.B. William Rowley.
Only the neutral person, you know.
Professor Albert K. Fiajo. Assistant to the tribunal, Mr. Nicolo Landi. And a registry near Permanent Court of Arbitration, January 26, 2021.
As I said, January, who was still in government? Say Akufo-Addo buying. Okay, that's it. Now, this is what the panel found at page 4, that's paragraph 490. Or say, quote, one of the PPEs recommended for termination was the GPGC project. Dr. Hinkra's committee suggested that termination could be achieved for some $18 million as opposed to payment of $24 million a year for 4 years in excess capacity charges. But also say one of the PPAs recommended for termination was the GPGC project.
Wasi say I think committee no a report na making wasi ebra wo mo ya adwumi wie ye no ba ko a e ba se esesa agreement no ye twam e GPGC project no na project no ye be ma wo mo 18 million ye America dollar bunu 18 million na wo mo de akọ instead of 24 million
for excess capacity charges.
Okay.
Good. Now, this is it. Also, the basis of that recommendation is not known.
Asante omugina so esusu maye say yentua obsess kan de obi enu ha wonim omo so antro no.
Okay, the copy of the PPA committee report submitted into the record by government of Ghana is heavily redacted. You can't say redacted. One who say you the report about not you the pen.
What the afifem?
or the system.
Adeɛ ni yɛ zero. Wohwɛ abɛka sɛ zero ɔde aba bi abɛsa ho na ɛsɛ akɔyɛ 9. Ɛyɛ zero no ɔde etokuro bi abɛhyɛ sɛ na ɛsɛ 8 yɛ so.
Ɛna ebi wɔ kra no ɔmo cover a whole word sentence nyinaa wɔ mu. Nti ɔsɛ report aban de ba yɛ sɛ ɛne ne nyina so a yɛde twa contract no mu kra no aban redacte report no it means that what cover pages are on per se tribunal no use certain things in the report. Abanya Ojin said the wire no a plain and fita obey idea.
Ebia it's a typist, you know.
That be all. Now say me kind ba.
Okay.
Or say the tribunal, notwithstanding the tribunal's order that the unredacted text be disclosed. If the tribunal not say abide say for the entire report now, redacted you know. Funny na be tuja.
You know, report no mo de ba ye no. Ye funny na be guja.
Funny na be guja. Obian kind no hu. Abanya wo say uje probity accountability, transparency etino. For report ni na be tuja. Ni na yenka including judge Odiaba Professor Fiacho. Now the interesting part is under cross examination. Dr. Ahinkwa equivocated. But you can't equivocated as something. But we know or equivocating meaning say Sebe a lawyer forecast you the person on your consistent.
Hey. Negas in the opposite unequivocal. Okay.
Would you not say a semi macan? You say it unequivocal.
Sabi empre do empre wa ha de me kan na me kan. Ba we equivocated there. No can wait. Ade chen was way. There keep on shifting positions on the matter.
It was a blind witness abandoned by Dr. Himpra and that by some of the chairman of the committee I recommended termination. Committee, including a blind judge abandoned by Professor Charles said. Dr. Himpra under cross examination equivocated as to whether he had any recollection of the particular recommendation made. At all.
Na sabro fun so me yesa o manya de
afi breakfast asema ko du tribunal so can you cross men kai cross my recommend they say you terminate the GPC agreement
me bo na nyo no na committee ni report ka say 18 million also on kai
no black it is telling obi na inserted that in the report
and you wunyi ni say ebeye legal dementia ana bibisa
ebia erezie na tono so but me tan him plan minimum no I very intelligent obi a o PhD there on your part
yeah
you know me pa obi force insert certain things in the report and I'll tell you why. In paragraph 490 or say just as he had sought to distance himself from the Attorney General's address of August 2017. Hallelujah. After under cross-examination, Dr. Himpra say, sir, Attorney General advice, me sure say it's based on the committee recommendation.
I want to know me busa asem.
That one, I want 17. Abayan kasa witness o.
Sir, on Kai Grasso are recommended for the termination of the contract.
Ositi. Under cross examination, Dr. Ahinkwa equivocated as to whether he had any recollection of the particular recommendation in respect of CPGC emergency power agreement at all. Just as he had sought to distance himself from the ages at
me patch me bo. Me bo. Se ye mau committee some nkoye adwuma bia. Minimum se mo report no introduction blah blah blah. Nyema muhu ye revelations about ye nina be appear on the literature review of the committee's report. Na mu wia my recommendation. After recommendation, you know, na mo be the whole executive summary of the report na na be hunu that's so it a report no one executive summary no any a on the last but na appear first on every report ebe can be bia e wo mu ni nyina wankai
o say minkai
come
recollection say ye kind ye recollection
oh na ne ade wa me na obi nya asem ho na nipa kron say wo ka asem beto ofo me na na asem minkai was what I say a face here be if you was catch men kai for him him so ya kai bi why
that's fine intino onipa aban e dey no call ye sabi say ono na o me ya aban witness ono so ina mo say on the chairman of the PPA committee you know I say, men can't cross say. Me recommending say, won't terminate the agreement of the emergency power agreement between government of Ghana. It is only by how is the tribunal going to rely on his testimony?
101.
Basano, abayu se nipa edina ko. Sabi on kadie yawi se guna sumu wadansie mu so nkodi no oditi aban no. Aban ye another witness koya na ye giant sa
say ono ne committee in aban dina so nti ono ne testimony no carry more weight
yeah
but all that here
me just here
na aban
me ba me bo next said the okay ne report no aye nyin said anya dwuma bia cause any power no yet committee or that no report no on kai say committee ni recommend this say yen terminate contract no na nkofon kwa no we could have given them $80 million ya na na say report no kwa na hunya say obetender in evidence
well kwame so the committee report
the committee report in the judgment yeah
I talk on page 168
okay.
I say you ho de papa.
Until the to asumeko ho aba.
Mate. Now me kind paragraph 479. But
me too.
You. Or say whether or not Dr. Hinckley's evidence to the tribunal was correct when he testified that none of the information said by the Attorney General to have been elicited on the inquiry of the Energy Commission was provided directly by the Commission to the Ministry, directly to the Attorney General. Rather, all correspondences have been between the Commission and the Ministry of Energy. It is evident on the record available in this tribunal that the premises upon which the Attorney General advice was founded did not reflect the true fact. It is evidence on the record available in this arbitration that the premises upon which the Attorney General's advice was founded did not reflect the true fact.
Asama oka nyina ne se wo se eniema wodo asie ni nkomo akoso nyina no abeda badwa no anim se eniema wodo a wo ma aban lawyer panini aso ye gina aso e de ye yi no enye bribia e gina adanse pam
Kwame what you Attorney General opinion now or joy tribunal no he said it was not based on true facts. Was Godfrey not the Deputy Attorney General then? Attorney General no holding the deputy at day. Information, advisor, opinion, not based on true fact at the call cabinet. In a cabinet is so a memorandum in 2017 June. Yes, now the SIA will plan the arbitration panel no time. Also first, as Dr. Hinkra was obliged to concede, the board of the Energy Commission, which was the only board charged with approving a provisional generation license, had not been reconstituted when GPDC has submitted its application in July 2017.
Next, Bedra, a board, no, Wamukran Energy Commission board, no, Wamuna said, Bibi Sabe Bar, Wamutimi Signa, your home, Sabre and Krana board, in ho. Na, it's next, I call you say, a day, a hin on fire, Wamutiminya, sa approve and cross abai.
Into a bind say, I didn't see a travel contract in the name say. We need license from Energy Commission. Evidence I will record in such as only panel apply in 2017 for the license. But now President Akufo-Addo and reconstituted the board here. Into board no gra and not and consider to even say mamu. Now what as I say more only panel sadiano. One man. Once I did not ask them to say, and into me, contract doesn't make sense. Back on the Bajotias, despite or for despite before getting okayfm, just or choco NCA, now board Namana authorization, and yes,
aye.
Odunya for despite what chocolate for a copy of the license.
Matias,
at that time, NCA board me and constituted. No way, Gina so say because me and Kasami reconstituted board here. I may consider our application. No, me Gina so I can see with the application into the child contract. It doesn't make sense.
Now, lay yet it is Kabi says can we cry you tree and ye say and tria and ka. A fibia better be about $500 and something million.
Mebaho, a year Hadasan. Mebaho, what's it? And in America, and that year, Miss So, in your public education, so we can remove the propaganda. I buy a lawyer for propaganda and crown or Muya or Ghana. Almost do arbitration, no propaganda doesn't work there. What a fact? Yes, attending general legal opinion was not based on true facts. This is damning. This is terrible. Say your attorney general can offer a legal opinion not based on facts. This is terrible. Namekoba. Ositi. That remained the case at the time that the attorney general was preparing her advice. Can you imagine? So at the time attorney general A2 are buying for no, not the Energy Commission Board planning and reconstituting. Now another also second. GPC did have a building permit for the Blue Ocean site issued by the Pong Katamanso District Assembly. And GOG had not been able to adduce any statute or regulation, including the Energy Commission Act, which addresses requirements for any additional construction permit. Ejaculate no. Also, we need permit would be siting and construction. And yes, sir.
Aye.
Under cross-examination, it came out say GPGC Omanya construction permits from Pong Katamanso District Assembly.
Oh, okay.
So now some about Ejaculate no. Ne ruru hada some. Tro kuntumpo.
Maybe a brief na when you so eka
Blakwame. What's it said? The nature of the GPGC equipment to be used for these works was expressly described in the EPA, and it has been inspected and approved for use by the ministry in June 2015. Blakwame.
Oh,
but Inti, a blind ejina entro kuntumpo damama.
Okay,
Propaganda. It's not so abrogate contract. No. It's not what you say. Propaganda omuya wa Ghana hano. And ya some bar near the document at the senior journalist binum no more than football at the group of when meaning to count. No more just some the same thing in the landing court of arbitration. And of course, we said that be a high propaganda. A high intro. Now, Dr. Hemkrana, you see, on the report is on the agent, so at the actual contract in Ukraine. On the side, report no. So report me now so bra, or should I be made funny in our bravo with the bin a pepper. And then they $170 million at the other two. Now, by some bar, Attorney General would then can now yet deputy, never be Attorney General. Munina na two cabinet on that opinion. August 2017 opinion. No. It says you be here to no be money happen. One na my threaten former government appointee.
Osi Obia enam ne nsa so.
No,
Osi ma be pato me Osi.
Who the back and me repeat answer.
And Osi the Kenya but based on the premise say one more signing agreement have questions to answer.
Back me. Mimbisa the minister signed the agreement June 15. Within time by Bernard, Parliament approved transaction.
David
23rd July. So the parliamentary approval came after the minister signed. And yes, sir. So if the minister was wrong, 275 MP. Yes, sir.
Aye.
And like the Supreme Court in Balkan Energy say, the power purchase agreement minister signed is of no validity unless Parliament approval. And yes, sir. Balkan Energy, Attorney General. The principle of law says even the agreement executed by the minister is of no validity unless Parliament ratifies or approves it. So Parliament did the approval. 23rd July 2017. So who is Godfrey Dami going to investigate? The 275 MPs. Yeah, Attorney General, we know. No, I can say Okoye propaganda will approach you who. No, I can say Ghana what the information, distorted information, and the Bema senior journalist to defend him. No, I don't know Okoye or London approach.
Oh, but I think you should be fair to Uniano.
No, I think fair.
Because distorted information. Distorted. And senior journalist.
Yes. No, but back on the here, I did tell Americans and say, arbitral panel even found say, Attorney General advice was not based on true facts. And something is not based on true facts, I tell you.
Next is Adiano Enina no Krakan so.
How do you see?
A crocotrum type of
exactly. Distorted.
Adiano one mini BB and what the other best you dada cra
contrived.
Aye. And no dada cra no. Dada cra. Who fe also do obey na tete wo na abebo
boys na udu circle tito lane normally phone them out udu fi obe say phone e key soap no
omni mi yo
nti na ya banya ya Attorney General no na sa na no kwakoye because the advice was not based
but emitien ne submissions bi a oka say time a contract you know. Yes, I know he wasn't Attorney General. Oba yenu suno wombe nkratem ni ona bato no hu se eniema bi wo wa beginning no ade na enam profility omom sign ade no did not resort to due diligence It is depending now have questions to answer. I want to make us ask me.
Only, like media that make out. If you do propaganda with law, the Land Permanent Court of Arbitration will expose you. What are they? They will expose you. Me say, if you do propaganda with law, the London Permanent Court of Arbitration will expose you.
And then there's a way there, what paraphrase Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
And there is an order.
And now, if you are not a good cook, your banquine will expose you.
Now, can you imagine, say, after a jackal, actually, the 13 February letter, 2018 letter, terminating the agreement, Shenzema Ekoso. On 13th March, clear month after, GPGC was told that the Minister of Energy will advise Mr. Edu, Deputy Minister of Power, to write a memo to the President and to the Cabinet of Ministers to seek the reinstatement of the EPA. On 16th March 2018, in the course of a meeting between representatives of GPGC, led by Mr. Duncan, Nasa Duncan will back on the Chotu, or the Damien Duncan. Back on what was
Daniel?
No, Damien,
Damien, Duncan. Duncan, okay.
Duncan. Okay, on 16th March 2018, in the course of a meeting between representatives of GPGC, led by Mr. Duncan, and Deputy Minister Edu, the latter, that's the Deputy Minister, assured GPGC that efforts were underway to reinstate the emergency power agreement. That's it. On 14th April 2018, on 4th April 2018, Mr. Edu informed GPGC that the President of Ghana had verbally approved the reinstatement of the EPA and instructed the Energy Commission and Mr. Opam to ensure that the GPGC could resume construction. It has a date on 24th April 2018.
Opani, Mami Musadi. So money ma kwan. And I almost produce power. And one more time my 4 cents no. Said ye na a tier agreement in it for 5 years here. And ka ye be boka to say said ye bui.
Daddy.
But what matter say your power, is in excess. Is there one when you see me here?
Black Army. Saban and Amakata buying propaganda and Guana by the Bumayon. Wouldn't say there's a company called B plus B5. What in it in that?
B5 diamante.
Okayfm Dawa. Only a steel manufacturing company.
Dawa, yeah.
Dawa. Wouldn't we say, they produce at 30% capacity. And you know the reason?
Sir, you
need power.
And you catch on, say, you to be away in your mamma.
Yeah, Babontia, me, I bet Ghana for say we have excess power.
Mammy, read your way now.
Black can we be now, will be the winner. Or say on 3rd May 2018, in a response to its letter of 25th February 2018, GPC was told that the ministry is working on the issues raised in your letter, and we will revert to you soon with our response, unquote. Now, see, Mr. Addo was not made available to give evidence about this matter. But on the basis of this record, the tribunal concludes that it has become clear that government of Ghana will not retract its termination notice. Therefore, the acceptance of GOG's repudiation was timely and proper. That's what I say.
Meet you, Pamela.
So, Gakwane, this is what the sloppy, incompetent Akufo-Addo Abenyi a planned Ghana. Okay, the last time you didn't come over it, and yet this same incompetence, wickedness, wapayo, in a man a buying $50 million debt. The seizure of Obi excavators. So, okay, so we know this uncompleted.
I Kumasi issue, no.
Kumasi issue.
Yeah.
Heritage Imperial 4.
Mm-hmm.
And yet the same wickedness, recklessness, incompetence in a ne at the end abivra.
But what's the argument you say?
Based on advisor. No crack back and yet now what be that question be said? I buy say it will cost them 500 and something million.
Yes,
good. That is about all the emergency power agreements. All. And yet, what be that buying based on what are they making the claims that they are not able to provide? Because, for instance, a buying at the car power, a buying at the AXA, almost the account. Black one, no can say, a buying instead the car power deal. No,
I know, yeah.
None of the Danko Akufo-Addo a buying buy, or my instead the car power deal. No,
tell Matty.
Black one. Okay, sir, NPP for so far. John Dramani Mahama, any American.
But say be on buy ye no my repackage.
Bra, Mr. Okay, sir, NPP for super John Dramani Mahama. Bra, Kwame, uni say me no can say. Dr. Macho Poku Prempe, Minister of Energy. Or see Mfa American power plant in Kumasi.
Oh, and yes, I buy can ya chanyo no sorry no my.
No, I'm not there yet.
Oh, sir.
Yes.
Kumasi na say yeah bre oba a plus 2 one na dia na ye ball live na dum.
You go stabilize the power in Kumasi. Adia mo so pa John Mahama efa. The stone the builder rejected has become the chief cornerstone. And then, and not another Danko Akufo-Addo here in order to stabilize power situation in the regional man in the highest vote. On Ankasa, Uncle the power plant too. The Onunyan for John Dramani Mahama, visionary leader. Now, when we say Penifon or Mokanasan, you say the Akokra is our national. Abofra, you see people who cry, oh, Nana do Danko Akufo-Addo, no war position, vision be a new hole. You be dikeke, amamu. The vice Nana John Dramani Mahama, a war, and no man no yellow. And next 7 B5 produce at 30% capacity. Simply because we don't have enough power. John Mahama saw ahead of time. Just as Nkrumah did. When we say, Emrana Nkrumah see Akosombo Dam. Now Ghana population is 6 million. The same Nkrumah, we say, Anna, oh, Ghana 6 million population. In our Akosombo Dam. Expensive project. What is wrong with you, Nkrumah? Why? Why not build something small? So, can you imagine Ghana today without Akufo-Addo down? Visionary leaders be globally. Almost in a situation to do anything. They think ahead. It's a power crisis about they have 30 Kumasi no. Then Akufo-Addo or say relocate the American plant to Kumasi. One can say Adiana John Mahama Yana also pan in opposition and no nande Akufo-Addo ejina so say Yemfan Kumasi Nyankoma Asante man stable power. What you say me no can say yeah the contract Ama company be say omo connect gas from the trouble right to Asante region.
Hey.
Yes.
Never go power, plant.
Never go power plant.
Okay.
That is what visionary leadership is all about. It is your Mahama na mo de na total gruam. Supano, no or dream Ghana 20 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Na Lord, me no de nkomo ibe wie ya na ma me hwe sa judgment no obe wie no o se dispositive or say on the basis of the submissions, facts and matters in the record before it, the tribunal finds and hereby awards as follows: declares that EPA has been validly terminated by GPGC on account of Government of Ghana's repudiatory conduct. 2. Orders Government of Ghana to pay to GPGC the full value of early termination payment, together with mobilization, demobilization, and preservation and maintenance cost in the amount of 134,348,661, together with interest thereon from November 12, 2018 until the date of payment, accruing daily and compounded monthly at the rate of LIBOR for 6 months US dollar deposit plus per 6%. Any other two no?
Welcome.
Order 3. Orders Government of Ghana to pay 309,877.74 in respect of cost of how? Arbitration.
Now, the big question.
Arbitration on by about President Muhammad.
The big question is
oh.
Next so.
Now, almost Ghana for your first camp.
Mr. Wu.
Yes, bro.
Go to paragraph 501. Paragraph 501.
Come on, in the Meko, but you.
Oh, that's on the basis of one when you're because the candidate say, a pioneer ye woman, propaganda and Kwana, or Mudiye, Umutuma. A buying penocre, or canocre, sama, not buying at your time. Na, okay, we now we say. Tribunal no ever this award on 26 January 2021. Now, there were who can see a call the High Court in London to set it aside if we think so the prover. Wouldn't that?
Aye.
Akufo-Addo being Ecofa, London law firm, Omnia Strategies. Now, only one idea. Only one idea.
Why dear?
Sonny Blade.
Neyeri.
Neyeri. Jokaya.
Our law firm in London.
Yes, you know,
but within that, a law firm, so on you actively involved in day-to-day running of the law firm. Will be head of chamber.
No, I think American.
Okay.
Just giving you way. A bank of fast a law firm. to apply to the landing court to set aside the arbitral award. Almost a day and almost a buy in court and in our buying a die. Last minute, 28 days rule no they travel. A buying sackboy is some per extension, and some go for a new lawyer. And also, my wisdom. Last minute, my buying echo can't say, or my lawyer for now COVID-19. It's moment in your back court. Tajima no say, something me I'm okay, and not a week.
Now, I Minu we kura me time no me de koye adwuma ba ko bi so aka ho me say komodie ye nwie ye besa ato aso because we no obi so de anofa from ba bi aba na ato aso na ma me say the last question e den na Dr. Yeni wono so ne ho asem ebe mu
yo that's it say Dr. Yeni no no ne deputy attorney general yes sir
ai ne ase ne law firm bi kura so no so part of the niaman bi kodi no mo so ye adwuma
Mama, GPDC, Omoba Ghana, na contract then head of chambers, Dr. Aziz Bamba, to advise them on setting up the company, even incorporation. So it was the incorporation, in a user because one is a foreign company, and you can ask any lawyer. Our dealing with any foreign company. In the foreign company, at the time of incorporation, you see the law office address. In fact, lawyer for foreign companies, Omoba and Rapi, need immediate address for Ghana because it's a foreign company. Into the law firm now, or correspondences, you can run it through the law firm. Hello, Black Army. Hello.
Let me also meet you.
The then head of chambers, Dr. Aziz Bamba, come on your brief, in a OC, the law firm, equity or non-understand the law firm. That's it.
Oh, I see.
Sebio, Black Army, Oshe. The termination letter about actual comma GPDC address Bena OUZ care of Puma Energy because they have then changed the address on the incorporation. Nothing more, nothing else.
Oh, okay. Lawyer Medasiano.
OKFM 101.
But I say lawyer Godwin Tamakloe and okay 101.7 so in the
OKFM 101.7.